Hello and welcome in. I'm just doing my sorting, and since I still had feeds that I needed to transfer, that's what I decided to do for my sorting again. This is not what we're doing all stream, just the first couple minutes as people trickle in. How is everyone doing today? I know Carrot is on working on some Lunar New Year parade float thingies. We will be working on the Jurassic Park T Rex skull today. And then, if there's still time left afterwards, we can play this game I got called Strange Horticulture. There we go. Strange Horticulture. The name would not come to me. But if we have time left, that's what I'll do. This feeds my OCD addiction to be organized. Um, let's say tired, bored really. CBT galore for the A team, and now I have training sessions next week that I have to take a pretest for. Boo. So I disabled my emotes because they weren't working. So it just fills in with their emotes. Um, but yes, I made sure I was logged in, and it was working in Carrot, so I was hoping that it would, decide to work in here. Jack of all trades, the gaming. So it hasn't changed from the last time. It still says the same thing it said last time, which is fine. But I'm not going to read it. 84. There's like hardly anything in this one. Had I realized that before I wrote the tag, I wouldn't have bothered. But oh 12. Yes. So today was, I don't know, low motivation, I guess you'd call it. But I'm on my second load of laundry. So, still getting things done. And I should be having Lego mail today. The red British phone box should come in the mail today, as well as a gift with purchase. Yeah, the 5-part, because it took you 5 things to do the Concorde. So as long as you like label them, I'm amazed at what it goes back and finds. Really, like even for like the recaps at like commercial time, it's crazy what it like finds in the chat and uses to recreate a story. Fine, I'll do it on you. I was trying to move the paper with the stickers back so I could write better. And instead, one came off. I had a ton apparently of these baggies of beads where I needed to get another container and then just didn't, probably because I was waiting till I had a ton. So now I have to transfer them. Ooh, a pokey. What is it? A wild Corviscure. Listen, I'm not gonna butcher that any more than I already did. It's a bird. It's a bird. I bought a bunch of Pokeballs earlier, so don't forget to do your Poke Daily if you need to.
You know poop is coming, but you know you have nothing to fear. New Pampers Swaddlers with blowout barrier helps prevent up to 100% of leaks, even blowouts. Fear no leaks with Pampers Swaddlers. Click or tap the link now to learn more.
Oh, throw your timer balls. Come on. 82, 83. Oh, no one caught it. Rigged. I say that, but oh well, I guess it didn't say like a better ball, so. I was gonna say I even used the ball it suggested, but it didn't suggest a ball this time, so I did 82, 2. Probably do only a couple more of these before I start on the set. Apparently that bag was split way further down the side than I realized, and all I did was make a mess. Well, that mess made it just one bag because I made a mess. There's the cat for my pen. I got a couple more done. Go in the container. There we go. Okay, so where did I put it? Oh, over here. This is the set we'll be working on today. It's supposed to be like 8 inches tall and doesn't say how many wide, so I don't know. And it is 577 pieces, so not very big. Oh, the Carrot is raiding in with 7 people. Let me stick all my plastic bags in here so they can all get recycled. Poke, welcome in, everyone. It looks like there's 6 bags. 4. The raid! Boss the raid! And my chair decided to, oh, and 1 giant sticker. At least it's only 1. My chair decided to collapse on me. Welcome in, Carrot. Welcome in, Kevin. Oh, come on, chair. Cooperate with me. Yeah, just 1. And then we got these 2. I guess that'll be used for like the stand. Let's see what it says about Carrot. Carrot Cleric in their cozy crafting corner where Lego builds and puzzle purgatory reigns supreme. From the clueless Pokemon card sorting to glitchy fishing escapades, their embrace their inner cat and battled game baddies. Whether it's Viking Village Assembly or a puzzling white expanse, expect the unexpected, like rat wrangling. Beware of caffeine-fueled Lego frenzies. Tomorrow, I guess, question mark, chat's choice. The Chaos Veggie. Well, thank you for everyone who came in, and whether you hang out for a little bit or a while or, whatever. This is what we're doing today. And I should have Lego mail today. Well, look at that. So it says the T-Rex skull is 46 bones, but the Lego one is 382 pieces. Or like 382 bones. That's pretty cool. The red British phone box should come in the mail today with a gift with purchase. It's like a puppy box. I think they called it a love box or something on the description. Y'all got to miss my more sorting of beads with my obsessive compulsive. Should I move the stream? Is it better with the box over here in this corner? That way it's not blocking anything. Just a smidgen more. There we go. That way it's maybe not blocking stuff up in that other corner. The way my camera was before, it was better the other way. But either way works. Did we want to do Stream Raiders? I think what we're currently at is like the last, it's like the boss. So ew. No, PT Reg sucked. That was half the reason you got out, because you didn't want to do PT anymore. Okay, we'll start the battle. It wants me to put healers out, but I would rather do something that gives you a little more assistance. What does this do? Boost all ally damage by 70%. Okay, I'll put out this dude. And then feel free to play Stream Raiders if you want. If not, oh well. It's not that big of a deal. But yes, this is... Oh, it says I need these two for this. So I'm going to leave them off to the side. How was everyone's weekend, Monday? How's your day going? This one's brown on brown, and that is like hard to see. Welcome in, KK Builds. Thank you for stopping by. I see you're a first-time chatter. I'm, I guess, variety streamer. I mostly build Legos, but I also play video games on Sunday. It's been Hogwarts Legacy for a while. But I also have like redeems for Book Talk, where I talk about my latest read, and I have a redeem for Diamond Dot Coaster. I work on it for like 15 minutes. Are you a streamer as well? If you are, let me know and I'll give you a shout out. I try to give all fellow streamers the love. Mainly, I just go from one topic to the next in here. There's no rhyme or reason to like anything I do. I wouldn't have to keep flipping this if I would just read the direction. Okay, sorry. I was like, was I? I can't remember. Especially when I like raid in with somebody else's, I then like totally forget the person. It's like my brain doesn't connect the name. That makes it sound bad. Like I'm like, oh, I don't even pay attention. But sometimes I also like raid in and then I start doing other stuff that I need to do. Stuff that I've been not doing because I was watching the other person's stream, and now I'm like, oh, they ended. I should do those things before I sit down and watch this person. I also pre-ordered, because I didn't want to risk it being sold out before it actually came out, one of the new Harry Potter sets coming out next month. It is the Sorting Hat. And it has the first time ever that they have a talking brick in a Lego set. So it says you're supposed to be able to like tip, like bend the tip of the hat, and it talks. and it sorts you into a house. This is FrostyBot. So when I gave you the shout out, FrostyBot then makes this story. So it says KK Builds, the master brick architect, celebrated their level up day with a birthday bash build session. From the attic brick studio to your screen, they're snapping Lego pieces into epic creations. Missed it? Catch their comeback stream and B-Day Bonanza in the saved broadcast. It's like a party favor you can replay. I stole it from Steel, and I think everybody pretty much jumped on the train at the same time with Stream Raider or FrostyBot. Oh, look at this! It's got the little mosquito in Ember. Oh, that's amazing! I think I originally saw something like that on the Lazy Gamer stream, and I didn't know where it came from, and I didn't ask. And then I saw Steel had it, and Carrot had it, and I was like, that's it. Where'd you get it from? I want it too. Welcome in, Danny. How are you today? Danny's thing for FrostyBot always comes out like a hoedown. Sent on a wild goose chase. That's no good. I missed the Pokeball or the Pokemon. Hi, Beer Bear. How are you doing? There is a wild Sizor in the chat. Stop trying to make everything capital. Keyboard. In the hole. I missed it. I had to like scroll up and up and up to find it to even see what it was. I knew I was going to be able to type it out in time, but I couldn't even see what it was. Beer Bear 8, the cycling, rowing, gaming dad with a heart as big as their pedal power. From Doggo Cam Zwift races to noodle endurance sessions, they're all about their active life. Even with diabetes and hearing challenges, whether it's a morning commute row or an evening climb, they keep the energy high and their vibes positive. Plus, sneaky Fortnite drops and RuneScape adventures. Count us in for this variety workout party. Apparently, I cannot read today, so there's that. Well, normally I don't read out loud. I just read to myself, and so it's not a problem. It's all in my head. I don't have to say the things out loud. That's apparently where it gets lost in translation. Yeah, like a blah, blah, blah. Words are hard. I can't read today. said, so we're gonna have ads in about a minute. I will be going to a book signing in about a month, so I got on into the group. I've been in it, but like I went in and searched for all the pre-orders, and I reined myself in. I did not get every pre-order I wanted because that would have been a lot of money. But I placed some pre-orders yesterday, so. It's I found it on YouTube. It's just it's like blah blah blah. Talking is hard today. Copyright free metal music or hard rock or something like that. But I just found it on YouTube. The whatever, the creator that, you know, whatever, like you would follow the person, has several different playlists. They have like a 3-hour one, a 5-hour one, and I haven't had any problems with on Twitch with it being like marked as, you know, any kind of copyright things or anything like that. So I will gladly share the link if you wish. Okay, let me go to the right page so I make sure I grab the right one. And find copy. So this is for this specific playlist, but you know, you can click on the person who posted it and then find more. No problem. I'm more than happy to share whatever I find. If you're trying to add a link or sound or whatever to your stream and I know how to do it and you don't, I will gladly share any knowledge I find. Because Lord knows, there's so many times I ask others for, like, how do you do this? I am happy to share. Yeah. And I know there's like, what do they call them? Like the attachments or whatever that you can go to Twitch and use, but then I worry that maybe they won't be okay to transfer to YouTube. So, right. So I just figured they say copyright free and I haven't had any problems and I've been using them for quite some time. I think since November, because in October I had like spooky Halloweeny type music. So I think I've been using various different like length ones, but they're all from this guy, and I haven't had a single problem with like them saying it was copyright anything. So in an effort to stay kind of organized, I have my little container thing next to me. Yeah, the one I had for October was like a mix between spooky music and like carnival music. Wow, that's a ton. Listen, I'm tired just thinking about burning 900 calories. Yeah, I use OBS. I used to use the Twitch one, when I was doing it on my laptop. But when I switched to my computer, I um I started using OBS. So I used like the and I used yeah, the Streamlabs chat bot. The only thing I have not figured out is like the videos, or like if when you want like the picture to pop up real quick and then go down. So I'm gonna have to uh the Twitch Studio makes the graphics for my Z with software glitch funny. Yeah. So I switched to OBS because my husband's a streamer too, and he's been streaming a lot longer than I have been, and that's what he uses. So I switched to that, and I have Stream Elements too. I don't really hardly use it though, but that's what I need to figure out because I have like a Phineas Droid and Furbot like 10-second video where it's like them dancing as the robots that I want to put up, but I don't know how to like make the video work like on what I currently have. Like I don't know if I'm not selecting the right settings or what, but that's what I need to figure out. And I thought about doing like where you type a certain word and it automatically you're welcome. I started doing the captions because Kazakh Princess asked me. And it took me a while to figure it out, and then I realized I just kept, you know, when you read something and you read it but your brain doesn't like give you the information, you just basically glance over it. And I could not think of like why it wouldn't work. Here I was using the wrong kind of I was trying to use Firefox and it would only work in Google Chrome. But once I got that figured out, it is super easy to use, and I can send you the link for that too. I can send you the website, and it's actually an extension right on Twitch that I use for the closed captioning. So I can send you that too if you're interested. But that's why I started using it, because Kaz and a couple other people, well, Kaz asked me, but also there's a couple other people that they watch from work and they can't have headphones or whatever. And so they can just read the captions on the screen and still attend, but they can't hear me, but they can read what I'm saying. Okay, Crazy, go have some lunch. Right. So that's why I started doing it. If you are interested in the closed captioning, I can send you which one I use. Like I said, once I started using the right internet browser, it worked like a champ. I've every once in a while it makes questionable like it doesn't, I think, understand what I've said, and so the thing it puts up is questionable, but overall I haven't had any problems with it. What did you have for lunch? I basically eat an adult Lunchable every day. Meatloaf, veggies, salad, and churros. Yes to everything, but maybe the meatloaf. I don't know. I basically eat an adult Lunchable every day. Sometimes I have leftovers or I have ham instead of tuna, but overall I eat pretty much the same thing every weekday for lunch. Anyway. I wish I could listen to like more like specific bands and stuff on the music, but I also don't want to get dinged for copyright or not be able to save my VODs. So, you know, you gotta pick and choose your battles. we have just under 10 minutes left on our Stream Raiders battle. Nope, if Danny redeems second, that means third is still out there. I love your emotes, Danny. Wild Mime Jr. I have one of those, but I'll try. I have a shiny Mime Jr. Pokey catch. So my daughter and I apparently watched the same kind of like skits, because this girl does book skits. And so one of the characters she has, like, she does one for each kind of genre. And then she's got what she calls the book goblin character. And yesterday we both saw this video. And so it's the girl walks in the frame and she goes, you know, of course, you know, in these skits it's the same person, but they play different people. You know, they play everybody in the skit. But the one character walks in the frame and her friend goes to her, "You read a lot, don't you?" And she goes, "Well, yes, but that's subjective." And she's like, "What is that? Like, how can you subjectively read a lot?" And she's like, "Well, I read a couple books a month, but I have a friend who reads a book a week, and she has a friend who reads a book a day." It more than one person can catch the Pokemon each time. It's just more often than not only one person catches it. But more than one person can catch the same Pokemon. And then so they show the girl who reads a book a day is the book goblin. And she's got earbuds in, holding a hardback and a paperback. You caught it. How is it rigged, crazy? But yeah, so she's got earbuds in, listening to an audiobook, then a hardback in one hand and a paperback in the other. And the girl goes, "Can I too get these powers?" And she's like, "Yes, but not from the Jedi." I was like, okay, I'm a book goblin. I feel targeted because I do read about one book a day. But her videos are funny. They'll be like, the paranormal character will be talking, and she'll be like, "Yeah, so when I first met my boyfriend, I ran him over with my granddaddy's truck. I mean, he was in the middle of the road and a vampire. I had to, because I come from a line of hunters. And, well, what was he doing? What was he doing in the middle of the road? Well, he was just helping some baby turtles cross, but that's not the point. I had to do my duty." And she did one about cheating in romance books. It's not allowed. Okay, let me finish this step and then I will do the break tax. She's like, one thing that everybody can agree on in romance land is that cheating is not allowed. I'm supposed to have a... Oh? It helps if I, well, I guess that's still technically right. That cheating is not allowed. It's this. So it's diamond art, but it's on a coaster. It's like a wooden coaster. It's the same as regular diamond art. Kevin's like, let us show you. Okay, let me move this out of the way. A Glaceon is a Pokemon. It's was it the ice evolution of Eevee? Yes, yes, see, I did the brick tax. I stole it from you. Stay open, book. Yeah, it was it's a Glaceon diamond dot coaster. Okay. This book, fine. Close. I don't like you anyway, book. This. That was the step. 2 whole bricks. It's amazing. Oh, the next step will be more. Yes. This is the Glaceon. This is the last one. I have. Yes, I have very curly hair. I have all the curls. I technically have hair down to my butt, but like when it's wet, my hair is all the way down to my butt. But right now, it's like probably this long. Yeah, I know. I didn't do the hashtag thing. Yes, it's very fluffy. And I actually have like really thin hair, but there's just tons of it. Here, you can see all the crazy, like each strand dries into its own curl. It's a mess. And I hardly ever wear it down because the knots are going to be ridiculous. I need my beard to be 3 years old again. I cut my hair up to my armpit in October, like wet. When it's wet, it would be like up to my armpit. And in the 6 months it's all the way back down to my butt. So my hair grows super fast. Like I said, I cut 8 inches off 6 months ago, and it's already back down all the way. These are some of the other ones I did. Let me turn the light off so it doesn't reflect so much. Yep, it's the Puerto Rican. Like, my hair grows like literally like a weed. It's so fast. It's ridiculous. The kids are the same way. Their hair grows super fast. We all got haircuts at the same time in October, and Cullen, or the boy child, got his cut up to about here, and his is already half to 3/4 of the way down his back already, and he has curls too, not as tight as mine. His are looser curls, but and then Fantasy got hers cut, and hers was all the way down to her butt. She got it cut to about the same place, and hers is all the way back down again. So we share, like, everybody in my house has a ton of hair except for Crazy. He's working on it, but it doesn't grow as fast as ours. Yeah. It's just crazy how fast our hair grows. And I love the coasters. So I have this one to finish, and I have 2 more Jack Skellington ones. And then I'm going to go to some that I got for Christmas. So I will still have them as a redeem, but I won't be sending them to people because they were my Christmas presents. Yeah, Cullen's, or the boy child's hair is wavier, but it does at the bottom, it like spiral curls into like these big chunky spirals. Yeah, it's we have some crazy hair everywhere we go. Somebody comments. Oh, okay. The battle is ready. Let's see if we die. I predict we die. The only thing I got was good skin. Ah, see, I have good skin too. I hardly ever got pimples as a teenager. And Fantasy and the boy child don't really get pimples either. And they're 13 and 15. So um they don't really get acne either. But we're Puerto Rican and German, which is a weird mix, so who knows? Maybe it's the combo. Okay, the curse is debuffs enemy defenses and healing by 60. Oh, that's right. When I do this, I want to stick it on the bad guys. Yeah, Cassandra, moisturize me, moisturize me. So I know, Steel, you said the Angels are your least favorite villain, but they are like my favorite. I love how they're like, you turn and then they're closer, and then you turn and they're closer. Before the last time, they're like right in your face. I know they freak you out, but they're my favorite. The kids love Daleks. Exterminate! Exterminate! Maybe I need to find Doctor Who sounds.
Need to find the perfect gift?
I don't think we're gonna make it.
Gift mode on Etsy is here to take the stress out of gifting and make it easy to find incredible items for anyone.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna make it.
Gift mode on
We'll
Etsy
try
now.
again. Maybe this time we'll get other people to join. Let's see. We'll do a tank this time. Yeah, they are like my favorite. The Angels are my favorite. I need to figure out which streaming service is showing the episodes. Because it used to be on Amazon Prime or Netflix, but it's on neither now. I don't know if it's on BritBox or something else. I know they have some like specials on Disney Plus, but they're not like the show. They're just specials, like Christmas specials and stuff for the show. They're not like the whole show itself. I don't know. It will be. I need to watch all the episodes again. The new series. Yeah, I gotta figure out where I can watch the older episodes, though. You know, like the ones that before, obviously Disney starts. Disney owns everything. I'm surprised somebody hasn't come after them as a monopoly yet. Because they own like ABC Family. They own Hulu. Yeah, I really do. I just need the DVD so I can watch them over and over and over again. But they own ESPN Plus. Okay, Steel, have a good meeting. But they own a lot. I'm surprised nobody's like come at them as like you're a monopoly and try to break it up, because they own Fox. I don't know, a lot of things. FX. That's why it's on Hulu. Yeah, ESPN. And then National Geographic is owned by Disney as well. That's why it's all in that bundle together. And then, of course, Star Wars and and stuff like that. Like it's crazy what they own. Yeah, Fox, which makes Klinger a Disney princess. Yep, from MASH, it makes him a Disney princess. Yeah, I have the diamond art as a just a redeem because I'm not sure this is like enough. Me moving beads from a tray to a picture is enough for like a whole stream. You know, I don't think anybody wants to watch that. So I just have it as a redeem. And this is like the wax you use to make the beads stick to your pen and transfer. There's a little hole in like the tip of the pen, and when you push down, the wax gets stuck in there, and then it sticks to the bead, and that's how you transfer it. That's weird because I play it on Firefox, but well, I was gonna say, but I play it like using the internet, but yet, that's weird. Maybe it's a setting. I know setting like when you change like the settings, sometimes it can make things like that happen where it'll work on one but not the other. But these coasters were actually like a community decision. I said I was going to add, you know, and I did add, but all I had was Nightmare Before Christmas once. And so we looked at Amazon on a stream, and everybody voted to buy these coasters to be the redeem, which are fun. The ones I got for Christmas are Van Gogh ones. And when you do all of them and you put them next to each other, they form like a big picture. So I will lower the cost of the redeem once we've done the other, once we've finished all these, and change it so it says I don't send it to anybody, because obviously those are mine. They were my Christmas present. And then we can have those as redeem. And those are on like a hard plastic versus the wood. Not rigged. I mean, Kevin just calls it rigged in hopes that it will force them to give him the Pokemon because he called them out. That's Kevin's whole strategy. He just yells rigged and then puts out his Pokeball. I'm not sure if it works, but it is a strategy nonetheless. Flip over, beep. To add the poke. I have mistyped. I've done all kinds of things. And then I look at it and I'm like, no wonder I didn't catch it. I didn't type it right. could put it on a copy pasta. Listen, if you two want to poke each other, that's your business. Yep. Now you ate a nice big meal and your body's like, and sleepy sleep time. I don't want to do anything else for the rest of the day. Right? You're gonna fall asleep at your desk doing training. Be staring at the screen going, I must read. And nap time. I think we're gonna finish this time. Then whoever claims the redeem next time, if they want to send me their address, they will get the poster when it's finished, the next one we start. And I'm not sure that made any sense. I said the words, but I don't think the order I said them in made that make any sense. Yep, there he is. He's all finished. Now I just gotta put the sealant on it. Oh, that's worse. At least the reading, you attempt to pay attention. Your brain will just zone out from the reading. Or from the listening. Yeah, I don't think he can have sexy time learning there in his cubicle at work. I don't think they'll approve that. I don't think anybody will be happy about that. I don't doubt that you have stripper boots, Carrot. Are they the red boots from like Kinky Boots? Like, more power to you. I don't even wear heels at all. I used to wear heels a lot, especially because I'm short. But I don't wear heels like at all anymore. Listen, crazy, your dad dressed in drag for Halloween too, so. And he got hit on by his own friend. If I remember the story right. Listen, the only marathon I do involves a TV and reading. I was like, did I do that right? I did. It just looked wrong for a second. I hate that when you put like a piece together and then you look at it and you're like, did I do that wrong, or is my brain just not visualizing that correctly? Yes, his own friend. Like he didn't know who it was. That's when you ask for his number and then call him and have him take you out on a date and then spring it on him. Be like, haha, I'm your friend. Thanks for dinner. Okay, one of you, and one of you, and one of you. Two of you. And one of you.
At Kroger, shopping with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in store. Same low prices, deals, and
Right?
rewards
Like,
on the same high
be
quality
like, take
items.
me out to
One small
dinner.
click for groceries, one big win for
And
busy
then
families
spring it
everywhere.
on 'em.
Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And right now, you can save when you shop your faves.
Oh, I think
Just
this
buy
is going to
6 or
be the
more participating
footprint.
sale items
That
and
makes
save
sense.
50 cents each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Well, I mean, he's a married man. That's what he gets for hitting on another woman when he's married. Like, you get what you get. And you don't go with it. I mean, his wife and Mama could have been in on it. Right? Like, it would have been funny as hell. I still think he would have deserved it. Oh, I was like, ooh, did I forget something? I did. I forgot this. So, this. Okay. Now it wants this back, and we pop this, you know, if I do it correctly, in here. So there's the footprint. We'll set that off to the side there. Sorry, I turned my space heater on, but it's a little too warm. So now I'm trying to turn it down. There we go. If you do exclamation point rigged, it'll make a sound. It was like, this whole game is rigged. At least it's supposed to, you know.
This whole game is rigged.
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes the sounds get a little hair up their butt and they don't want to work, but in theory, they're supposed to. Now we begin the work on the head. I'm trying to make sure I have like a fair amount, that I'm not building outside of where you guys can see. But every once in a while, I still wind up doing it. Brick Tax and Book Talk. Okay. Let me set these. Got them out. As I dump it. Soon it's not going to fit in between the pages. Let me move my paper clip for page saving. hydrate and eat sugar, man. You're on a roll. Okay. So, this brick, this brick, this brick. Oh, there wasn't a brick. Clear brick. And another brick. Apparently, most of the ones I needed were in that bag, and I didn't pay attention. What's the point if I save up and choose the set you build? It is a list of options whether you pick a set, and you have to buy it and build it. Not it's a set that I already have. Like I have back stock, so like currently I have today coming should be the red phone box, the British phone box, and then I also already have Rocket Raccoon to go with Groot, and then I have the watering can set where it's like a watering can and flowers in the watering can, and I have the 3-in-1 set where it can be like a TV or 35mm camera or a video recorder, and I also have the pirate ship 3-in-1. And so it's one I already have. Now, Kevin did redeem one when I was just finishing up the Viking Village, and we got to talking about how I need a Viking ship to go with it. So I did buy that, and then he claimed it, but I was looking for it anyway, and I just used that as an excuse to buy it. But really, it's meant to be like from a set I already have, and is like waiting to be built. The last set Kevin also picked, it was the lighthouse, but again, I already had it, waiting to be built. See my... Okay, I am. That was just the weirdest way to tell me to put that piece there. Yes, so that is my problem. The pirate ship, I'm getting another one of them so that I can also build the like island or whatever, like be their hideout or something. So that was this step, and I put it here. I guess it's supposed to be like a fireplace. But yes, that is my complaint with the 3-in-1s, because I want to build all 3. So I built the Viking Village, and then I bought that 3-in-1 and built just the Viking ship and the sea serpent. Yes, Kevin, I have the pirate ship, and I'm going to buy another one of them so that I can build like whatever is their, like their building, you know, because it's got the Viking ship, then the like Skull Cave and that other building, and so I want to get one more to be able to build their their building hideout, whatever it is. So yes, I bought one. I need to buy another, but that is my general complaint with the 3-in-1s. Is I want to build all 3, but I don't want to take them apart. So I have. Let me move my headbandies. I have this 3-in-1, and I'll probably wind up buying at least one. In all honesty, I'll probably wind up buying 2 more sets so that I can build all 3, because they're small builds, 1, and 2, it wasn't very expensive. It was like $20, maybe $30. So I bought it because I really wanted to do this one, but I will probably buy 2 more to do the others, and then I have this 3-in-1, which I don't so much care about the birds, but the boot would be cute to do too. But I mainly got it because I wanted to do this version. Right, like if they were all about $30, I would gladly buy all 3 for $100. You know, like with tax. Yeah, but it's hard when they're like $100 a piece, which is what like that Viking, like the Viking set and the pirate set. It's hard. Which is why I've kind of put off buying it. But I'm like, no, I'm afraid it's gonna retire, and I really do want it. Yeah, they used to be much cheaper. Legos are definitely a luxury item. Uh, we hosted Christmas because it's the first time we really lived close enough to family to host it, and we did ours on Christmas Eve versus Christmas Day. But my one nephew was like, I knew you liked Legos, but I didn't know it was like this. And he was like, can I get this? Can I get, like, how much was this? How much was this? And I was like, some of these sets are retired. So what I paid for them is not what you're going to pay for them. Like, because you can't find them anymore. You know, you have to buy them from somebody who just bought extra. Or, like, find them at a yard sale or something. But he was, like, obsessed. Especially with, like, the cars. He was like, how much was this? And I was like, you're going to have to save up all your allowance for a while. Oop, I heard the doo-doo. Let's see how we do this time. Sorry, there's a text, and I did something to my phone, and now my text messages only want to show up a certain way. Okay. Let's put this. Now we have 30 allies. So I think we should do okay. Because if it's 32 like it was last time, we should... Oh, it's 21 this time instead of 32 or whatever it was last time. So we should be okay. I wonder if you lose, does it, like, reduce the amount of bad guys the next time if you... Or if it's just, like, random. Woohoo! We beat the boss! And now we get a new map. Let's... This. Upgrades. Store. Normally I cannot just buy like that, but there were drops last week, so I have a ton of money. It was my quest want me to put healers out. There you are. Oh, we're doing that. Put them wherever you want. All the, if you need the battle points, they're all set up. There we go. And like, I know I'm getting the roses for Valentine's Day because I almost bought them for myself and he told me no, that's what I was getting you. So I will have those. I am skipping steps. I skipped several steps. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't, like, I went to buy them, and he was like, no, that's what you're getting for Valentine's Day. I was like, okay, well, then I'll just buy something else for myself today. And I have pretty much all the other botanical sets. Except for the bonsai, and I don't want it because I don't want to deal with all those little pieces. Sliggoo. Flowers are the Lego flowers are the only kind of flowers I want because the other ones die, and I do not have a green thumb to keep them alive. Like, that is not in my repertoire. Why is that not sitting?
Sound the gifting panic alarm! You need to find the perfect gift. You have zero ideas and you don't know where to start. Relax. Now you can use gift mode on Etsy. Gift mode on Etsy is here to make it easy to find the perfect item for anyone and any occasion. Get something for the pickleballer, the jazz fan.
Okay, let me
pasta
figure
lover,
out
or the
potentially
Zen
what
seeker.
didn't happen.
Need to find the perfect gift? Don't panic. Try gift mode on Etsy now.
Okay, so that. And this to make it even. For some reason, I put 2 on there. I guess I didn't need to. There we go. That's why that's not working. Read the directions. Don't assume. But yes, Legos have definitely gotten pricey. I did do a different brand, and their stuff comes with the pieces to light it. We don't do Easter. But the minions, as I call them, will get something. I don't know what. Yeah, the fun hole set, which I plan to buy more of those too. But as I said, I pre-ordered books for a book signing next month, so I have to wait. You know, some. I liked them. They went together really nice, and like it worked really nice. They didn't feel weird or like they were gonna break or anything like that. So I'll definitely be getting more of those as well. Yes, that was correct. Now we do the same thing, but on the other side. So the school keeps saying that there's more potential funky weather coming our way. I don't know where they're getting their information from, but they're worried about the kids missing more school. So the freshman academy, which is literally just freshmen, only ninth graders, and the high school have started, like, they extended their day by like 5 minutes, which isn't a ton, and it really doesn't affect much. But it's weird how it's just them. It's not all of them. I know my joints have had enough too. My body's like, I don't even want to think about more bad weather. But, and like I said, I mean, crazy works for emergency management. And so it's like, I don't know if they're just saying that, or you know what I mean, like, in the event that more happens they'll be covered, or if they know something. I don't know. Oh, we're having ads. To say, attention, coming soon to a chat near you in a world of epic builds and legendary catches. Chat's been on fire. Beer Bear 8's plotting their Lego conquest, streaming of Viking ships and Black Knight castles. Kevin whispers pirate ship as the scent of adventure fills the air. Meanwhile, Pokey Infobot heralds a World Slugoo capture by Beer Bear 8 amidst the cries of rigged from Crazy. Carrot battles the weather boss as Book Club and Builder reminds us of Amazon Prime perks, joining the crafting crusade. Winter weather in 2 weeks. The temps will be conductive for snow and ice, but the moisture models are too far out to be accurate. Listen, we lived somewhere that had like crazy weather, and it wasn't near as bad there as it is here. I would like to just go back to that. We had way more snow in North Dakota, and I didn't have nearly the same issues that I have living here in Arkansas. And I think the difference is literally the moisture levels, because up there in North Dakota, it's dry. Like, they don't really have humidity or anything like that. Despite the fact that they get like 60, 70 inches of snow, it's nothing because it's dry. But this crazy like moisture in the air, my body's like, please stop. We lived about an hour and a half from the Canadian border in Grand Forks, North Dakota. We lived there for 2 years, and we picked it. Everybody there was like, who? Everybody hates getting stationed here. Who would pick this? And we're like, we did. We picked it from the list. Bookings. I honestly can't be sure. I'm horrible at like where places are and what they're called, but we really enjoyed it there. It did not stick. Rude. But the big difference between there and here, I mean, of course, it's much warmer here, but it's got a lot of humidity here, and they have like no humidity there. So I'm thinking that's must be like a big part of it. Why I seem to have way more issues here than there. Listen, we were sad about it too. We had plans to go to Canada, and then COVID shat all over those plans. because COVID changed all the rules. Yeah, we were about like an hour and a half from the border and 3 hours from oh, I forget where it was. But that was the deal. Before COVID, we could just drive up to the border with our orders that said we were at Grand Forks, and they would let you in and let you back. But then COVID changed it to they wanted to see your passport and your vaccine card and stuff like that. And I am not vaccinated. Yeah, Winnipeg. That was it. We were about 3 hours from Winnipeg. My brain's like, I can see the word, but we're not going to be able to say it.
You know poop is coming. But
What is with this poop commercial?
New Pampers Swaddlers with blowout barrier helps prevent up to 100% of leaks, even blowouts. Fear no leaks with Pampers Swaddlers. Click or tap the link.
YouTube thinks I still have kids in diapers. No, I don't want another baby. I don't want another baby so badly, I'd let them take all my goodies out that would allow me to have a baby. I have no baby making goodies. And I instigated that conversation. I don't want another child that badly. You know, the last time almost killed me, I'm good. Buy again. Yeah, I don't know. No more babies. Ugh. Well, technically, I have a 22-year-old, and then a 15, and then a 13. Obviously, the older child doesn't live with us. He's from a previous relationship, but we had them one on top of each other kind of on purpose. So we didn't plan to get pregnant, but we also didn't do anything to stop it. Like, if it happened, it happened. So we got pregnant, obviously. And then I went on birth control and stuff. And I said, when she turned a year, we would try for another. And if we weren't pregnant by the time she was 2, we weren't having another one. And we were pregnant the month before she turned 1. So, so they are born. One is born in 2009, and one is born in 2010. So, and I was like, that's it. I'm done. Like, my first OB appointment, I was like, so you see, I keep getting pregnant, and I would like that to stop. Yep, conveyor belt children. Like, when one was done, the other wasn't far behind. I'm trying to skip a step again. And that worked. Yeah. So my first OB appointment, I was like, see, I keep getting pregnant, and I would like that to not happen ever again. And so it didn't. They tied my tubes. But I think even if I didn't want them tied, I think my doctor would have done it anyway and would have dealt with the lawsuit, because I almost died having my youngest. Apparently, like, so I have to have C-sections. I forget what it's called. It's some big fancy name. But my hips don't separate to create room for the baby to come out. They stay exactly the same. And so the baby just rests on top of my pelvic bones. And so that's not good. And my oldest, yeah, they're a mess. If they're not pooping, they're peeing, and they're wanting food, and then they're crying, and then it's sleep time, and then there's poop again. Like, I'm sure there's more to them than that, but when you're tired and you have no sleep, because from 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. feedings, it's just poop, cry, pee, repeat. Food thrown in there on occasion. But with my oldest, I didn't have any reaction to the medication they give you to have a C-section. With my daughter, I shook for about an hour afterwards, and they said that's completely normal. And when I had Boy Wonder, they were worried I was going to have a stroke or a heart attack or something right there on the table. They barely got the medicine in and laid me down, and every machine in the place went off. My heart rate was up over 200. And so then they gave me medicine to bring that down, and that caused my blood pressure to bottom out. And what they gave me to bring my blood pressure back up caused my heart rate to go back over 200. And we did this cycle until they had to hold my body so I could off the side of the table, because it was making me so ill. And so it turns out that you can have a C-section and your tubes tied in under 10 minutes if they really, really want to. And when it was all said and done, he was like, you had mentioned tying your tubes, and so even if you had changed your mind somewhere, I would have done it anyway and dealt with the lawsuit, because if you get pregnant again, you could die. So, yeah, I'm not interested in dying to have another child. Pass. Yeah. Like, I set every machine in the place off. And, they were not, like, it became a very emergency situation. They're like, we have to do something now, or she could have a stroke or a heart attack. You know, so I definitely didn't want any more before that. And I super didn't want any after that. Like, and I was like, I want you to make sure there's no chance, because I had two friends in high school, and they were cousins. And one of I forget whose it was, if it was his mom or her mom, but she had her tubes tied a long time ago, you know, after the last one. And at the time, they were using clips. So they didn't literally cut your tubes. They would just put a clip on it. And apparently those clips could falter and pop open. So when they were in high school, one of their moms, because like I said, they're cousins, I can't remember whose mom it was, but she got pregnant again when they were in high school because her clip popped open that was supposed to have tied her tubes. And so when I was talking to him, I was like, I don't want any of that clip popping open crap. I want you to cut it. I want you to take all the tubing you can. I don't want any chance of ever getting pregnant again. I almost, they didn't know if I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke when I had my youngest. I turned out to be, as each time I had a C-section, I became slightly more allergic or had a reaction, whatever, to the meds they give you. And when I had my youngest, I went full crap mode, and they didn't know if I was going to have a stroke or a heart attack, but they were pretty sure if they didn't get stuff under control, I was going to die. That's what we were talking about. All the fun stuff. But yes, I was not gonna try again. I was good. I had two with Crazy, and I have an older boy, so I have 3 children. I was like, I don't need to have another one. But yeah, so I have a whole pet peeve about like pregnancy and everything, like with Roe versus Wade being overturned and whatnot, and that is a rant I don't think anybody wants me to start down, so I'm gonna be a good girl and not do that, or else everybody's gonna be listening to my TED Talk. Is your carrot? Is your carrot in a snuggly? Yeah, I technically have three. I say technically because uh, my son is from a previous relationship, and he's much older than they are. He's like out in the world on his own. But we had two really close on purpose, so they could have each other as company, and then no more. That's so adorable. It's a snuggly carrot. He's on every day when he comes home from school. And he plays like all weekend long. As long as we're home, he's on there. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, he is me, and the world is not ready for that. Listen, he gets. It's hard for him to make friends with kids his own age because he doesn't act like a 13-year-old. He has always been an adult trapped in a child's body. And it's hard for him to make friends with kids his own age, but man, he's got tons of adult friends. Yeah, it's he deals with a fair amount of bullying, and he always has, because he's just different, and you know that's kind of how it always is. The kids who are slightly different always get picked on. Hey, he still saw it. He didn't say he saw it out the window, in fairness. He just said he saw one. Yeah. Because you're old. Carrot's favorite people are middle aged women. He likes moms. Yeah. Middle aged women, moms. Listen, if you go somewhere with a mom, chances are she's got snacks in her purse. Nobody's ever going hungry. What was it? The boy child one time said, like, Santa brings kangaroos or something. It was like the strangest comment out of like nowhere. And we're like, okay. Did I do this right? No, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I always have snacks in my purse and hand sanitizer. Like, we go to leave the house for more than like an hour, and I'm like, let me stuff some snacks in my purse. Somebody might get hungry. Made good bars. I think I currently have birthday cake made good bars and chocolate drizzle probably in there. There's probably like 3 bags of Annie's gummies in there too. An applesauce pouch, probably a juice box. Ooh, Clockwork coming in telling you are the snack carrot. I believe it was you. Unless somebody else is using your account telling Carrot he's a snack. Oh, gotta do it as one word. Okay. Let's see. This on top of here. Okay. I wonder why it did that. Okay, I'll see. Let me look at my chat thingy and see why it did it that way. There we go. Ah, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So the yeah, I don't know why I did it that way. I fixed it, but I don't know why it was. Okay, well, I fixed it now, so we'll do another one. I don't know why there was a space in there. There we go. So we're building T-Rex's face. We already did his paw print. Oop, I heard the no. Oh well, I'll find that later. Yeah, I don't know why it had a space. Because I don't know. It's being weird. There we go. Okay, so let's look at this. We got to put. We won't do that. We'll do this. We have 36 allies and 23 enemies. Ooh, we're doing good. Fear Bear 8 has killed 2 epics. Yahanika has killed an epic. Be fun! Pick 3 random winners. I think we'll go to this level 2 one. Healer says no. Let's do the Necromancer. Just double checking if I had any quests. On to bag 5, which doesn't hardly have any pieces. Very little in bag 5. Oh, I never ate and drank earlier. I got distracted. Crazy had redeemed like quick tax and this and that and the other, so I never did the I got distracted. That was the other one, Book Talk. So, the book I just finished is called Edge of Nowhere by Freya Barker. And it is like book 7 in the Arrow's Edge MC series. And this MC is completely legit. They don't do bad stuff. In fact, they do super good stuff. Like, they take in kids who have nowhere to go. Things like that. His name, the main guy in the book, his name is Whoppy. He's not Native American, and it's not meant to be like disrespectful or anything. He was taken in when he was younger, and that was the name the family gave him. And his like biological family was not good, so he chooses to continue to go by that and acknowledge, you know, their contribution to his life. Motorcycle Club. That's like MCs usually have like a bad connotation because they usually like 1%ers that do bad stuff, like run drugs and guns and stuff. But this is not like that. Like this is a completely legit motorcycle club. And so the girl in the book, her name is Lindsay. Her mom is married to the Sergeant of Arms of Arrow's Edge MC. And she's been like around the club a lot of her life. And so 4 years ago, her and Whoppy seemed like they might get together. He was protecting her and stuff because somebody was after her mom. Her mom's a lawyer, mostly working to assist parents, like in cases where like, so like her mom's current case, to explain like the kind of cases her mom takes and why she was in danger. Her mom's current client has a daughter with disabilities, so she's like nonverbal and stuff like that, and she can't tell them what's going on. And the guy her mom, the little girl's mom, has started seeing, they believe is sexually abusing her. And so her Lindsay's mom's name is Melanie. she's a lawyer and she's representing the dad of that little girl. So like she takes all kind of cases like that where, you know, those kind of people will do whatever it takes to keep that child in their care so that they can continue to do those kind of things. And so somebody was after her because she was trying to get a child help, you know, while they were trying to do those things. And he was sent to protect Lindsay because of her connection with her mom. She works in her mom's office. At the time, 4 years ago, she had just gotten out of a really bad relationship herself. And when Lindsay wound up getting taken on what was Whoopi's watch, he couldn't handle it. Like, he felt so much guilt about her being hurt on his watch that he took off. Like, he went nomad, which means they're still part of the MC, but they don't have a specific chapter that they call their home. And so he went nomad for like the last 3 years. And then the guy who had adopted him was dying, so he came back. And that brought him and Melissa back into contact. But not like she would try to avoid him and stuff because he broke her heart. She thought they were falling in love and then he was just gone. And so she tries to avoid him. But in the beginning of this book, like how this book starts, is that she goes to her friend's wedding, right? And the guy that she was in the abusive relationship with is her friend's cousin, but her friend has no idea that's what happened. You know, like she doesn't want to ruin that relationship for her cousin, so she just doesn't say anything. Not that she doesn't think her friend would totally like go after that, like not be, you know, on her side or anything like that. She doesn't want to put her friend in that position, so she doesn't tell her. And so the cousin isn't supposed to be there at her friend's wedding, and he of course shows up anyway. And she leaves right away and goes to the airport to go home because she already had a flight scheduled. So it wasn't like she booked a last minute flight just to get away from him. She already had a flight to go back that night. And when she's at the airport, this guy runs into her and knocks her down. And it's like, you know, part of it, she's like, oh my God, just watch where you're going. But at the same time, she's like, whatever. I'm never going to see that guy again, right? And so she gets home. Everything's fine. Her friend calls her the next morning and she's like, shouldn't you be on the plane to like the Galapagos or somewhere? And her friend's like, yes, I'm at the airport, but that's not what I'm calling you about. She's like, one, I want to know what that was with my cousin yesterday. And she's like, that'll be a thing for another day, not while you're getting ready to go on your honeymoon. Where is this piece? Did I pick it up and then set it down? Oh, there it is. And she's like, I'll tell you all about it when you get back from your honeymoon. She goes, what terminal were you at yesterday? And she tells her, and she's like, they found that terminal is all closed out now. That's all right, Kaz. Hopefully your workday is going well. She's like, that terminal is all closed off. Like with police tape. They found a guy dead in like a different part of the airport. Right? And so she thinks nothing of it. Like, man, that's a really weird coincidence. Thank God I was gone by the time. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it gets better, Kaz. I don't know how much time you technically have left at work, but hopefully the day gets better. And, like, you know, so she thinks it's just a total weird coincidence, right? And so, she begins to, like, run into Whoopi more places. And her stepdad is like, listen, you better, like, mean it this time. I'm not going to allow you to do that to her again. And he's like, nope, I'm in it this time. Like, I should have never ran away last time, but I'm in it this time. And so he knows he needs to be cautious and to prove to her that he's serious. And so he does that. He starts, like he shows up, like it brings her lunch that he knows she'll like and things like that. Asks her for help, things like that. And so they begin to date. And then her ex like starts like messaging her and stuff, almost like he knows she's ready to move on or is trying to move on, and he's gonna like try to his darndest to put a stop to that. And so oh, 8 teethers. Okay, we're not gonna try to dig those out. We'll just do that. So they're set to have a date, and he messages her and is like, ooh, that's not good at all. That's no Gouda. Yeah, now you gotta find a dentist. They're supposed to have a date, but he is called, not him personally, but the club is called to help this lady because she was giving custody of her grandson because her daughter was a drug addict, right? And she was not attending the boy the way he should, or the way she should. And so she got custody of her grandson, but she's on the older side and she fell and broke her hip, and now she needs to be in this rehab facility to properly recover, or she won't be able to be his caretaker at all. So a long time ago, this lady she was friends with told her that if you ever needed help like that, to call this club. And it turns out that her friend was mama to the club. She was like, she took care of everybody and everything. But she had passed on a few years ago, and the lady didn't even know. So that was like sad for the lady twice. Sad because she needs somebody to take her grandson, and sad that she just learned that her friend died. And so they need to go pick up the boy and bring him back and watch him essentially while she's recovering. But the kid takes off because he just hears that he's not going to be able to stay with his grandma, the only person who's ever took care of him, really. And so he's like running around trying to hide from them so that he can stay with her. So he has to cancel their date. So she understands why, and she's sad that, that she's not going to get to say goodbye to him before he goes out of town. But she goes home, she gets her iWatch and, puts her ID and her credit card in her purse, and she's going to go for a run. So she goes all about her run, and when she gets back, it's weird. Her alarm isn't on and her door is unlocked. But, how sometimes you don't notice things right away, per se, and then she hears a moan and that distracts her. It's her ex. Okay, why did you make it look like those teeth go sideways when they should go in? I mean to tell you, Lego. These are hard to move. I gotta try to twist them. There we go. So he's out trying to hunt this kid down so they can take him somewhere where he'll be safe and cared for. And she's got a attacker. Somebody's after her in her own home. She finds her ex in a bloody pile on the living room floor, and then she hears somebody upstairs, and she's like, nope. And so she takes off running. So these are our teeth now. Look at all the teeth. And she manages to make it pretty far, but um, well, not pretty far, but she manages to make it like a decent way, and she's about to get help, and this truck comes along, the corner, and he starts shooting at her. So then she's got to like duck between alleys and stuff, and she does manage to get away kind of further again, and makes it to the local college because it's not far from where she lives. And there's a big softball tournament, so she figures she can hide among all the people, right? And she turns one way and she sees the truck coming in that was following her, and then she turns the other way and she sees the guy. So she like ducks in between two of the buses that are there, and then she sees somebody walking the other way who looks, kind of suspicious, like he's looking for somebody. So she ducks underneath into like the storage luggage compartment of the bus, figuring she'll just hide for a couple minutes, and then she hears somebody talking to the bus driver outside and says they're FBI and that they're looking for her and that she's wanted for murder. So she's like, oh hell no. And so she stays underneath the bus, and she winds up falling asleep, and she wakes up in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And she's like, it has gone to shit. And I don't, she gets out from underneath the bus. She manages to get in to the rest stop that they're at. And she's like, okay, I need to make a plan. Because I can't, they're looking for me, obviously, whether that was really an FBI guy or not. They're telling people they're FBI. So I don't want to use my credit cards because maybe they could track them. She's like, so I can only use it once, and I've got to take a lot of money out. So there's a Walmart not far, so she walks to the Walmart. She gathers up what she thinks she'll need, like one change of clothes, toothbrush, toothpaste, brush, things like that. She checks out, and then she goes to the ATM and does it on her credit card and takes like as much money out as she can. Then she gets on a plane to like Utah, and from there she calls her dad, and he hires a private charter for her to come to him. And then, he picks an airport not terribly far, but far enough that they won't like instantly link it to him. And so, okay. Nope, I missed something somewhere. Nope, it's this, and I'm trying to put it on wrong. And so, welcome in, Laura. We do have Stream Raiders going if you're interested. I usually start at 11 o'clock Central, if that helps you. I feel like that though too. Like there's some people's message that I just always seem to miss, like the little go live notification. Okay, thank you. So she winds up with her dad, and by this time Whoppy has kind of like, he's back home. They've told him what's happening, and he's like, well, I can't just sit around here and wait. Like, even if looking doesn't necessarily find her, I have to be doing something. So he, figures out about the school and that they were having a tournament, and he gets people to look into it, like the local police. And the club is connected. The one lady who's an old lady, which is like a club wife, essentially, like the wife of one of the members, she's actually an FBI agent. So the FBI is already involved. And so did I just mess up? Nope. That's the wrong one. Wrong direction anyway. So he calls her and they're like, okay. So they look on the footage and they find her on the footage. And they figure out that the bus went to New Mexico. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna go. And they're like, you don't even know if she's still there. And he's like, I know, but I can't sit here and do nothing. I need to be moving. So she has her dad call him, and he's already like on his way to New Mexico. And so her dad tells her, or calls, and when he's sure that it's safe for her to talk, she gets on the phone. She tells him what happened, and he's like, where are you right now? And she's like, I can't tell you. And he's like, that's not an acceptable answer. Tell me where you are. I'm coming to get you. Like, I'm coming to you. Even if you don't come back with me right now, I am coming to you. And so they arrange for him to meet up with her in Montana. And so this author, Freya Barker, she writes another series called High Mountain Trackers. And this series, well, this book interconnects the two, because the one guy who works at High Mountain is her brother that she didn't even know she had. Apparently, her dad had an affair with this woman about the same time her mom was pregnant with her, and the other woman got pregnant as well. So her dad had two women pregnant at the same time. And she's a little hurt because her dad was kind of like a fair weather dad. He wasn't around like all the time, and only when it was convenient for him. And turns out that he moved all the way to Montana just to be near this son he didn't even know he had till later in life. But he didn't even bother to tell her that he had a son. So she's kind of hurt, you know? So look, wow. So, Whoopi makes it there, and her dad picks him up. Well, not like picks him up, but like meets him and has him follow him to High Mountain. And he gets there, and so they spend some time there so they can figure things out. And it's totally random chance that they find this thing. So there's a new fowl at High Mountain, and the guy who owns High Mountain, his wife is talking with Lindsay, and she's like, come see the new fowl. And so she takes her to meet the baby, and the baby horse like starts biting on the edge of her jacket. And later, you know, after they're back from visiting back in their cabin, he's like, what's this plastic sticking out of the bottom of your jacket? Here, it's an SD card. When that guy ran into her and knocked her down, he put that thing in her pocket. He put the SD card in her pocket. Turns out that guy was an informant for the FBI. He found some shady stuff, because he was an accountant. He found some shady stuff in the books. The company he works for got a high-profile city contract. They were expanding the airport. It turns out the people who own said construction company are cartel mob, you know, go figure. And he was gonna snitch on them to the FBI, and that's why they killed him. And she wound up with the piece in her jacket when he was running, and he was the guy they found dead at the airport. So now they gotta figure out like how they can safely get this information to their FBI friends without also giving away where they are and putting like all the people there in danger. So they come up with a plan and they agree to meet at like a different FBI office so that if there are people kind of following them, they won't be expecting them to go to that FBI office. You know, they'll be expecting them to come back to Durango, not Colorado. And they almost make it, of course, before bad stuff happens. Bad guys find them. They had, so they were on the highway, and this Beamer or something like that was trying to merge onto the highway, and instead of getting behind them, he like forced him over, so he was lane splitting, even though he wasn't really, like, it was more like he was forced to lane split. But this cop pulled them over and gave him a ticket for lane splitting, and then conveniently they were, not long after that is when they wound up getting attacked. So that cop was probably in on it. You know, far reaching, all the potty-pos in their pocket. So luckily, a friend of theirs was supposed to meet them not far from where they get, you know, into trouble. So they're rescued, and nobody dies. But Whoppy is shot. He got shot in the shoulder. And so, like, they turn over the information. They tell everything to the FBI. You know, they're not totally out of the woods because the people don't necessarily know right away that they no longer have the information that the FBI has. So they tell them to, you know, they help them get back home, and they're like, you know, keep quiet, don't make waves, you know, make sure you're paying attention. We don't want you to get hurt. And she takes like 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off before she goes back to work for her mother. And it doesn't have the same like appeal it used to. And so she's trying to figure out, you know, what she wants to do instead. And she doesn't want to disappoint her mom by not being there to help her mom anymore. And she's at work. And so when the guy ran into her in the airport, a little old lady, or someone who looked like a little old lady, had stopped to help her up. Turns out it wasn't really a little old lady. Now we have two chompers. It was somebody who, you know, stage makeup and stuff to make them look like a little old lady. Turns out it's the daughter of the mob guy. She's now basically in charge, but because women aren't respected or listened to in that kind of a environment, her dad stayed as like the figurehead, and she's really been running it the whole time behind the scenes. But she's got one of the original FBI people that talked to her with her. You know, obviously he's on her payroll, and they're like, that's it, you're gonna come with us, you're a loose end, we can't have that. You know, they're gonna kill her. Here's our two front teethies. So now we have front teethers, and they're connected. And so it just so happens that it's around the same time that Whoppy was coming to pick her up anyway. He was going to surprise her like a half day. And he immediately knows something's going on. So he calls people, and everybody comes, and they manage to, you know, protect her or whatever, get them both before anything bad happens. But yeah, that's the book I read. It was like, I don't know, just over 300 pages. Yeah, they found him and brought him back. There was like a whole tear-filled thing with his grandma because he thought that meant like he would never get to see his grandma again. And she's like, no, it's just until I can get better. But if you don't go with them now, like he'll wind up in foster care, and who knows if she'll ever get him back, you know? And um, so yeah, he comes and stays with them. Um, so they have like a bunkhouse, like a whole building just meant for like kids who need help like that. And sometimes it's not necessarily kids like that that they're called about. Sometimes they're like kids who are homeless that they just find. Like the whole town knows that they do this, and so if there's a kid just wandering around, sometimes the police will call them instead of CPS and things like that, and then they work with the police, to find their families, or or to get them into a foster home, things like that. It's weird. I know that that they kind of do this, but they essentially help. And it's mainly, I believe it's just boys. It's not girls. And that's, I think, more because they're an MC. You know what I mean? Like they would have to have different facilities to help girls. And they may not be afforded that same kind of deal if the runaway was a girl. Like she can't, like, not that they won't help her, but she couldn't stay there, in the bunkhouse or whatever. Okay, where's the right one? Over and this piece. And goes on this side. But yeah, they found him, and they, said it's only for a little bit until your grandma gets better, and we'll bring you to visit your grandma too while she's recovering. So he winds up there. Okay, I was like, it's so two there. What am I missing? But nope. One going this way, and one going this way. Then we take this. Yep, I see it. But I only have like, I am trying to connect this so it stays and doesn't fall off on me. Wow. I didn't mean to move that top part. This is what I meant to do. You can see the whole, if I figure out how cameras work. Okay, battle time. Stream Raiders, battle time. All our peoples. We have 38 allies and 21 enemies. And I'm just collecting parts while it's doing its thing. Ooh, we only have 4 bad guys left. But apparently they were way out there. Looks like we only lost 8 people. Do random winners. Do we want to go down to the bottom, middle, or top? Top, okay. Well, let's see. Are they all just... Either the middle or the bottom has a better chest, I believe. We'll go middle. I know I asked you and then I just did whatever I wanted anyway, but... We'll get better prizes. What are you gonna do? Oh, I see. I'm silly. I'm thinking we're over here. Never mind. Let's see. It wants me to do healers. Oh, it is. There we go. Okay. Put these across the back so that it can hold the little stick thingy. And then my sticker for the whole set. Only one sticker. And normally I try to use my Lego separator to help, but I think this one is too big to do that. So it says Tyrannosaurus Rex, name meaning King Tyrant Lizard, height 5.2 meters, length 13.5 meters, weight 8.4 tons, diet carnivore, habitat Isla Nublar? I don't know. But it's got all the little information on the sticker. Let me see if I turn if it'll focus. So it's got all the little information on the sticker. And then that sticks to the bottom here in front of the paw print. The footprint. Yep, I see that now. I can do a wonder trade on my Pokemon, so I'm gonna look at that real quick. I didn't have any steam at all today, Alex. It was a hair wash day, and this hair takes some effort to wash. So I dropped the kids off at school and figured I'll come home and I'll take a shower. And what really happened was I came home and I laid back in bed for like 45 minutes, and then I finally took a shower. But there's been no steam all day. Both of you Gibbles suck. Guess you suck more. Yeah, I have no steam. But this is the build for today. Now, I bought a game called Strange Horticulture. We can play that for like the half an hour I have left. It's not a very long game to begin with, so I think it should be okay. Like, it's not like a... It's not gonna like... It's okay to play for like just a little bit at a time. Let me... There we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn off I'll leave closed captioning on, but I'm going to turn off the music. That way, um, you can hear the game, you know? And I'm going to change my thing to strange horticulture. Okay. We'll change it to gaming. I'll start a new game so you guys can see what it's like from the beginning. I'm just making sure it actually went to strange horticulture. And that it wasn't still on Okay, it says the streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floor so that neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or more likely, exchange unpleasantries. Okay. And then it says strange horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has an advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at the street level in town. Poking gives energies. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. Check. Says day 1 Friday. This game features some small text. If you're having difficulty reading, you can do shift to zoom in. So this is what the shop looks like when you inherit it. You can pet the kitty. You can give the kitty loves. There's a drawer that pops out. This book has info about the flowers and mushrooms and stuff in it. So, and you have this you can do. I found it an excerpt on the elusive wandering blue. Come to the library in Ambleside, and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the gilded dendra that might be of interest. Simone, P.S. Give Hellbore a good scratch behind the ears for me. So the kitty. Give the kitty loves. So you can gain will to travel by watering the plants and stuff. So you can It's hard to water the plants sometimes though. They get a mind of the watering can. So this game was on sale on Steam for $7.50. I don't know if I'd get it if it was much more, because I'm not sure it's a game you can play multiple times. I've started already, but I wasn't sure. And I like moved all the plants in closer on the other game I have. That way I wouldn't have to keep like scrolling back and forth. Welcome, Yellow Witch. How are you doing? So now that you have will to travel, we want to go to Ambleside, the library in Ambleside. So you click will to travel, and then it opens up this big map, which you can use your magnifying glass to help. Well, at least you don't have to. You were able to get an appointment rather quickly. That's good. So it says the library here in Ambleside is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today she is grinning from ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. So you collect it. So we have two new plant descriptions. Right? Like you could be you could be waiting a crazy time. I'm doing good. We built the Jurassic Park T-Rex skull thing today. So this will clicking on it automatically like puts them in your book here, and then you can move this to archives, and it'll show there if you want. And then this says dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backborough. Keep it secret. So we have to wait till this will to travel fills up again. Oh yes, I think it might still be on, but I'll double check. So the first time I played, I was like, oh yes, it's done. So the autofill, if you don't have this auto labeling on, when you figure out which plant is which, you have to like write it on the tag, and then I'll forget. And you press this little bell to have people come to your window. It says, I must have walked past the shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has the better of me. I must find out what they are saying. So she wants St. John's poppy. So we open our book and we find St. John's poppy. And then it says, the vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draught that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. The flowers of the St. John's poppy are bright red with a yellow center. So then we go up here and you pull this thing out and it tells you about the flowers. So it says flowers red with a sweet scent, but that's the only flower up there that's red with a yellow center. So we drop it and we use plant, and then it's labeled. It says we get a new book entry for this plant. And our travel thing is ready again. So northeast of Backborough Keep. So then we have to find Backborough Keep. There's Backborough. So it said, grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast. So it says the weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a gray morning has turned into a bright sunshine. A good thing too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. So then it gives us a new plant. then that one is done. Put that back. Then we ring our bell. Good morning. This is the mailman. The bloody awful weather out there today. Got plans though, eh? Got a letter for you. And then the letter we open, and it gives us all the will to travel. It says, Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I had come to fear that the wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of town with a group of travelers on the northeast corner of the wood. I sat and stared at the bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in this world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. So the ideal, we want to find Gosforth. So there. But then in the woods to the south of town, so here. On the northeast corner, here. Is it really? That's amazing. It's so cool. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It is not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. I wasn't sure if it was like, necessarily real places, or if it was just like maybe like those places are like the location kind of, but then they changed the name. But that's kind of cool that it's near where you live. So we press our bell again. Gilbert Ames. Something got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way round down through Backborough. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now, and I brought Fennet from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. So we gotta find lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. So it says its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Sorry. So it just says, I don't know, like the curled leaves. Maybe that? This has got kind of curled leaves, but it doesn't really look like that flower. This looks like that flower and has curled leaves. Let's try that. Ah, I was right! And then because we figured that out, we got a new plant. Faye Swift. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. So then we have to figure out which plant is good for sleep. Stomach pains. any luck. Grant strength for a short period of time. Sleeping drought. So the forest canthe. So something that looks like this. It says the canthe produces a beautiful rounded dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. So we want to do this and try to find like maybe this one, because that's like a cluster of small blue flowers. Woohoo! If you get one wrong, it gives you this death rising, and when you fill this death rising meter, you like conk out and you have to solve a puzzle to come back. Right, like I figured maybe the area was real, but towns were, you know, of course, fictitious names because it's a game. That's pretty cool. I thought maybe, but you know, you never. I wasn't positive, but that's kind of cool that it's right near you. Nora Butterfield. Got any wandering blue? That always reminds me of, oh, what's his name? The old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the boo if you've got it. So we want to look up the wandering blue. And it says, so called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines that are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingerbane. So it's a fungus. So that's a fungus. It smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make your eyes water. I don't think that's the one. Not as spongy as most mushrooms. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red warts protrude from the caps. So maybe that one. I don't think, do we have, no, that was the smelly mushroom. So I'm going to say this one because I don't see that we have any other mushrooms. Ooh, I was right. And then we got another one. So you can look at everybody's bio here, like all the characters you've run into that like play as the game goes. You can ask for hints and things like that. But we can end the day. And then you click on the thing and it says, Row H, the third river. It started when she found something that she was not meant to find, a book, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Ooh, good luck. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he stays there. I know he hasn't been feeling well, and that he's in pain, so it's slim chances, but one can hope. So, we get out our map, and then it says, Row H, the third river. 1, 2, 3. And we click on it. And it says, a dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotted flesh. Death for one provides life for many. And then we got a new plant. So I know this game is kind of weird, but we're about 4 minutes till it's time to get off. So let's find somebody to raid into. Make sure. Okay, it's muted. There's not many people on. Prophet's on and he's doing Lego Pac-Man, and then Pal World later. Lord Squishbish is Victorian Greenhouse and Botanical. Looks like he's playing Sims 4. But let's see. Yeah, he's doing Sims. Does anybody have any suggestions? This person's on a path to affiliate, but I'm not sure how to say their name. BecoC Games? I'm not sure. I'm horrible at people's names. And then I feel bad for not saying it right. Okay, we'll go to Profit then. Let me see if I can pull it up easy on my, the auto raid thing. Sometimes it does it, and other times it's weird. And it looks like Profit just got on too, so. Here we go. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out and dealing with my craziness. Oh, we still have a thingy thing. I'm getting ready to leave. We still have 4 minutes on Stream Raiders. So I guess we'll wait 5 minutes and then do it. We'll ring the bell, take one more customer. Isidore Burbage, bring me a sample of Apis demesis and be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. So this is like the Latin name, so we have to go through and look at the Latin names to find it. Gandy root. So a plant with medical properties that can aid with digestive troubles and when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe to consume. Okay, it doesn't really tell us much about the plant. Maybe? Dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. Maybe. What about this one? No, it doesn't have the little thingy sticking out. Maybe that one? Okay, let's try that because it says about coarse leaves. Ooh, we figured. Then we got a new... Right? I'm wondering, I mean, I have 2 minutes now. We'll probably take it starting early. Oh, the mailman. There is an old slate mine at the Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the trainways. I thought you might be interested. Amos Duncan. So we want to go to Hard Knot. Oh, Hard Knot, right there. An iron gate rusted by years. of abandonment sits across the entrance from the tram tunnel wested. It may be, but it won't. So we want to find that one plant that can like unlock any door. Nope, this one. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant a nickname, Lovelock. So, nope, those leaves aren't heart-shaped. Maybe. Those look heart-shaped. Let's try that. Oop, I heard it. So then we get 3 new plants from that one. Looks like all fungi. Then we can put that in there. And I'm going to exit to desktop. Are you sure you want to quit? Okay. It like auto saves. You don't have to do the thingy thing. So that's nope. This way. Then start battle. We're doing pretty good. Look at this. The 14 kills for one guy. Another guy has 11 assists. Good job. Okay, I'll give... There we go. For the most kills, and him for the most assists, and then one random... Ooh, Bear got it. Collect all the things. Upgrade my necromancer. Okay, I don't have any quests that I got fulfilled. Ooh, I can claim laurels though. I can get that one. And no more. I bought all those. So close that out and go back to the 2 cameras. Right? They just like there was nothing and then everyone. So I'm gonna go to my stream ending. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with my crazy weirdness and my inability to talk today. Hopefully you enjoyed this build. I don't know what I'm doing on Thursday. Maybe Rocket? We'll see. But I'm gonna start the raid for profit. And then what is it? It's raid and then Frosty Tool should give us a little thing we can copy and paste. If I did it right. I did do it right. It's a miracle. But thank you for coming and hanging out and playing Stream Raiders, and hopefully, I don't know if you guys liked that game or not. I thought it was interesting. I like kind of weird games, but I don't like so much fighting games, like where I have to really like battle, because I suck at it and I'll die over and over. It's AmeriCorps. I've only died like 4 times in Hogwarts. But it's a nice little like easy game, I figured, for when the smaller builds. So hopefully I will see you Thursday, and have a great day, and thank you for coming again.